I got injured yesterday and I'd like to file for workman's comp.
Huh? Our company wasn't in business since it was a national holiday.
Huh? So what?
You can't file for workman's comp if you got injured on your day off.
Trouble Busters!
Whoa, so many promising new team members joining us. I'm so excited. Our company finished the entrance ceremony for another round of brand new team members, and I, Melanie, am in charge of conducting orientation for them. So now... Simon? This is something important, so I hope you're paying attention.
Oh, sorry about that. By the way, how much compensation do we get?
It depends on the condition, but at most you could get...
I see.
Phew, it's finally over. I'm glad that Simon was at least paying attention to the compensation. Oh, where's Simon? Simon, oh my goodness, are you okay?
As you can see...
Oh boy.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, I got injured yesterday and I'd like to file for workman's comp.
Huh?
Why do you look surprised? You explained it to me during orientation. Now that I work here, I can claim for workers' comp, right? I'll go ahead and take full advantage of it. It's so great to be employed.
Simon, did you say you got injured yesterday?
Yes.
Our company wasn't in business since it was a national holiday.
Huh? So what? I know the company wasn't operating yesterday, but I work here, so it doesn't matter if it was a national holiday or not.
You're misunderstanding something. You can't file for workman's comp if you got injured on your day off.
What? Really?
To be precise, workers' compensation can only be claimed if you get injured because of work. So, I'm sorry to tell you this, Simon, but in your case, it doesn't apply.
What? Are you kidding me? I thought I'd make money on my day off. No! I can't let go of this!
Simon, why don't you focus on getting well first?
Oh!
What is it?
It was the day before yesterday.
Huh?
Why do you look so surprised? As you said, I got injured during working hours.
But you seemed so energetic before you left work yesterday.
It was when I was clocking out. I can use workers' comp as long as I'm on the clock, right?
That's right, but...
Anyways, I'm gonna claim for workers' comp.
Oh, do you have an invoice from the hospital? The company will need that to process your claim.
Huh. See? It's right there. I'm glad I had this ready in case she asked for it. Can't you just approve this?
Why do I have a weird feeling about this?
What's going on over here?
Mr. O'Neill!
Oh my goodness, Simon!
Here's what's going on.
Melanie, weren't you supposed to be in charge of his orientation? You should have explained to him thoroughly!
I'm sorry.
$50K! $50K!
If he's telling the truth, we'd have to approve his workers' compensation, but I have a bad feeling about this. $50K, huh? Oh, okay. All I need to do is process it. All right. This is going to make things black and white. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm not letting him get away with this. Trouble Busters! I see.
Huh?
That's fine. We'll go ahead and process your workers' comp claim.
Really? There we go!
However, it doesn't necessarily mean it will get approved.
What? But I thought you were going to process it.
We'll go ahead and process it, but we don't have the right to approve it.
I thought workers' comp gets paid out per the company's approval.
It seems like you're misunderstanding something, but the company doesn't pay out for workers' comp. After the company submits your claim, the insurance company will conduct a thorough investigation. It gets paid out only after they agree that the injury was work-related.
So what? I'm sure they'll pay it out if they see my injury.
I'm not so sure about that.
Why not?
You're claiming $50K, but at this time, that's only what you're claiming for, and you would only be paid out for what would be an appropriate amount depending on what the insurance company decides so.
But I even have an invoice from the hospital.
I told you that there would be a thorough investigation, right?
Huh?
For example, they would also be investigating about the medical expenses being claimed on the invoice as well.
What are you trying to tell me?
They'll get to the bottom of the truth if you ever lie to them. You may have been aware of how the workers' comp can be claimed, but you haven't been aware of how it gets processed and approved.
Why are you assuming that I'm lying? How dare you accuse me first and foremost after I just started working here?
Let me ask you then, don't you think 50K doesn't make sense?
Yes, it does. I got injured and I'd have to spend that money on medical expenses, rehab, and other stuff.
No, if you need to spend 50K for medical expenses, your injuries would have been worse. It would be something that would place you off of work for a few months. It wouldn't be an injury where you can return to work after just a few days. If you're strictly on bed rest and you're admitted to the hospital, I understand that you need 50K for medical expenses.
What? But then that's just your opinion, right?
Nope, not necessarily. We had an employee who had to claim for workers' comp in the past and they were granted about 50K, but they were hospitalized back then.
I see. That sounds about right. Simon, you must have been lying.
I'm afraid that it's very likely that he was lying.
Oh my goodness. Damn it. I didn't know they were going to be so strict about it.
So now, Simon, let me ask you once and for all, did your injury cause you to spend 50K for medical expenses?
Why do you keep making it sound as if I'm lying? After hearing what you said, I get that I won't be getting $50,000 for this. That's fine. Are you happy now?
That's not my point.
I didn't know. I said $50,000 because I wasn't really sure how much I'd be getting, and I just gave a ballpark without doing my research.
Without doing your research, huh? Do you realize that you're contradicting yourself?
So I won't be asking for $50,000, but I'll be asking for an appropriate amount, as long as I get something.
I don't think you understood anything I explained to you.
What's your problem?
I told you earlier that the medical expenses will be thoroughly investigated, right?
So what?
Workers' compensation is something that will be claimed on your behalf, so you can claim for as much compensation as you want, whether it be 50K or not. But you can't have the hospital charge you whatever the amount you want, right?
What? Duh! If you consider the example that Melanie mentioned about $50,000 medical expense, it makes sense. That's right, I can't have them charge me. This is something that the hospital charged me.
I'm going to call the hospital to confirm some facts. Are you okay with that?
What? Why would you do that?
Either way, the insurance company will be doing so when they investigate your claim. You're okay with this, right?
I don't know about that.
Oh? But then if the hospital issued this invoice, we'd have to process this claim. But if this invoice wasn't something that the hospital issued, this would be a huge problem.
A huge problem? What do you mean by that? It's that thing called, what was it? Forgery. You'd be charged with forgery, and it's a crime if you faked the invoice, right? What? A crime?
Many people underestimate the severity of forgery, thinking that it's just a piece of paper, but this is something you can get imprisoned for.
Oh my goodness.
But don't worry about it. As long as you haven't done anything, you won't be imprisoned for the crime. But because this pertains such a large amount of money, we'd need to make sure we confirm some facts. You're okay with that, right? What are you doing?
Oh, I feel like I'm okay with this injury.
What?
Melanie, you could just forget about this whole topic.
No way. You were acting as if you were hurt so badly until just earlier. You can't be telling me that you're okay now.
I started feeling better after talking to you, so don't mind me.
You can't be telling the truth.
Why do you keep insisting? I'm telling you that I'm fine now.
But you started this entire topic. Something is clearly strange.
All right, I'm willing to work hard now. That was close. If I had given her the paperwork, I would have been in huge trouble. I thought this would have gone well.
Hey, Simon.
Alice, why are you here? You work in a different department.
I do, but I'm just going around. Wait, what happened to you?
Things happened.
Did something happen to you after we left yesterday?
Hey, you don't have to mention that.
After yesterday? Yep, we had a party yesterday, and we were drinking until late at night. Is that so? Simon was so excited at the party.
Why does she have to tell her that? That's not true! That's not true!
Simon, do you have anything to say about that? Didn't you say that you got injured 2 days ago when you were about to clock out?
Well...
Alice, may I ask if Simon was completely fine when you guys were partying last night? Yep.
You little...
Simon?
Mr. O'Neill! Melanie! Alice must have been confused.
I wasn't confused.
I remember you were having so much fun at the party. Maybe you got too excited and you got confused. I'm sure I'm right.
Even if we were to assume that I confused you for someone else, we can ask all the other colleagues who were there if we're debating whether you were there or not. Good job, Alice.
This situation is going in the worst direction.
We wanted to ask you about yesterday.
Yeah, we had so much fun, right, Simon?
You had so much fun?
It was just my voice. I've always been the loudest kid among all my classmates ever since I was little.
All right, so after speaking to all of your colleagues who joined the party last night, they all said the same thing that Alice said.
Maybe they're all ganging up against me.
In that case, would you like to explain the photo that Cody showed us?
Oh, what a beautiful young group of people.
No, you're part of this group. You're even raising both arms.
Based on every fact that we've gathered so far, I can only tell that you were lying to us.
Simon, you're extremely guilty for trying to take $50K after telling us a lie.
I did it out of impulse.
What?
I'll admit that I lied to you. I just need you to forgive me.
But then...
I mean, it's not like I caused any loss for the company, nor does the hospital know that I forged that invoice. No one got hurt. So please, will you forgive me?
That's true. The company and the hospital hasn't taken any damage because of this incident. Mr. O'Neill and I discussed this matter and decided we'd give him a verbal warning because the incident hadn't affected the company too negatively. Just make sure you don't ever do this again. I thought this whole incident was resolved. However...
All right, here's the receipt.
Simon, what is this?
What does it look like? It's an expense from my field work.
But don't you think this is too much? You've been dining at a 3-star restaurant every time you go out.
That's because our client asks to dine at that restaurant. I get reimbursed for any expense that's work-related, right?
That's right, but you've also been claiming for reimbursement for a wristwatch, the hotel stays, and other strange expenses. We're going to be conducting a thorough investigation of this matter, but are you okay with that?
Investigation? I was just going to spend a little for myself, but I never realized I spent so much. This is bad.
Simon, I need you to tell me the truth.
But then, I believe it's been 6 months since my hire date. I don't appreciate this.
Huh?
About the workers' comp back then, too, but you keep accusing me of something.
It's not like I want to ever accuse you of anything. This goes for the workers' comp 6 months ago, too. But there are a few strange things about your reimbursement claims, so we just need to confirm some facts.
Well then, I'm gonna quit this job.
What?
I can't possibly let you keep falsely accusing me like this.
But then...
It's important to know when to quit. I'm not going to change my mind. I heard that notice of resignation is valid even if it's verbal. So goodbye.
Hey, Simon! What is he trying to do? Anyway, I am so shocked to know that he started trying to take advantage of work-related expenses after he failed with the work-related injury. I'm not going to have mercy on him this time, though.
Hey!
Simon, long time no see. How have you been?
How have I been? I'm not here to tell you how I've been. I'm here to ask why I haven't received my retirement pay. I'm in huge trouble because of this.
Oh, that sounds like trouble.
I thought I was gonna get $50,000 for retirement pay.
What? Why did you think you would receive that payment? And did you say $50K? I see. Now I know why you suddenly decided to resign. Same thought process as when you came up with the lies about workers' compensation.
I'm just here to claim my rights. So, you haven't answered my question yet. Why haven't I been paid?
As you mentioned, our company pays retirement pay for anyone who worked at least 6 months.
Right? I know I was right. Let me also say that this was stated on your company policy, too.
However, it only applies to those who passed their probationary period.
What?
We have a 3-month probation for all new team members, so it starts counting after that period. This means that you're not eligible to receive retirement pay based on your tenure here.
What? What? No way!
I'm not sure what made you think you'd get paid $50K, but retirement pay will depend on your tenure. Even if you had worked here just long enough to be eligible for the retirement pay, you likely wouldn't have been paid the amount that you wished for.
You gotta be kidding me. I've been working so hard after the whole incident about workers' compensation.
It's normal not to cause any discrepancies. And I also explained to you about how retirement pay works during your orientation, too.
What's going to happen to me then? What am I supposed to do?
That's not my problem. Let me tell you that money is something that's earned by those who deserve it through their hard work. There's no such thing as easy money. If you ever earn money easily, you're only going to run into a sad future.
Sad future? You don't have the right to decide on that.
No, destiny is set the way it's meant to be set.
Say whatever you want. Without you telling me,
Don't tell me that you forgot about the embezzlement.
Of course I remember. So what?
After you resigned, the company conducted a thorough investigation about the reimbursement claims you made. Our clients said that you never took them to a 3-star restaurant, never received any luxury gifts, and so on.
That's why I quit this job. I didn't want you coming after me like this.
You're not understanding my point, seeing that you thought quitting would let you get away with this.
What?
Embezzling is considered a crime.
A crime?
Yes, a crime. And what's different this time compared to the time that you forged the hospital invoice is the fact that we have evidence for your embezzlement. You already admitted to what you've done, and you can't give any excuses.
Melanie, are you being serious?
Yes, I am. Embezzling is a theft.
No, I didn't embezzle anything. I just borrowed money.
I can't believe you're still giving excuses.
Which means I could just pay back what I owe, right?
That's not going to undo what you've done.
Melanie is scary when she gets angry.
Simon, we're going to be filing a police report and a lawsuit against you.
Hold on a second. I promise I'll pay you guys back. I just can't get arrested.
I already told you that you can't undo your sins by giving back the money.
You forgave me last time.
You were still new last time, and as you said back then, you haven't caused any harm to anyone. But it's a different story this time. You broke our promise despite that I asked you never to do this again, and I saw that you have no remorse at all. You deserve to be socially punished.
Oh, no!
The company filed a police report against Simon, and he was arrested. If only he learned his lesson when he tried to claim workers' compensation, he wouldn't have ended up with this outcome. He faced challenges finding a new job because of the criminal record that he had now. I heard he works a few part-time jobs to pay back for what he owes for embezzling. After Simon left our company, I've been doing well at work without any problem. Never cheat your company's system. Trouble Busters!